What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for a quick ride. It's Mother's Day, so I pulled over just to start this video. So quick ride, bought my mom a gift. Gonna go drop it off to her, see if you want to come along, burn a few minutes. Let's do it. These are the new gloves. I had already done a video about them. The Knox Handroid, I had to read the name. Handroid, these are the pod gloves, and man, I'm really liking them. This is the BOA system on them, and you just push this down and then it just tightens, which I really like a lot instead of the Velcro. I mean, they've broken in super easy. I can't believe how easy they've broken in. I'm almost kind of shocked. Man, I think these were used. Scott, no, I'm joking. They came in with the packaging and everything. You know, you can see right here, you know, maybe they got to get the kids in China to sew them a little bit better. So there's a couple little knick-knack things, but overall, man, the cloth's super comfortable, broke in super easy, real nice. I really like this. I mean, that's awesome, because on my other Dainese gloves, you have to pull them by the cuff, and it's like an elastic, so it kind of stretches out. This is like a nice feature, man. I mean, it's just little. It's like a little thing, but that's a nice feature. And then just spin it, and then this thing's supposed to be like lifetime, the BOA system. So, well, everything's lifetime until it's not. Am I right? All right. So, got that. Let's hop on there. I got my mom a gift certificate to a massage parlor, not one of those massage parlors. What the hell? There, whoa, man. No, like, you know, a real one, a real massage parlor where they actually just give you a back massage. So, yeah. So, anyways, hopefully your Mother's Day went well, and you got to do something nice for your mom, because heaven knows they deserve it. Most of them, anyway. There's some real evil bitches out there. Hopefully you didn't get one of them. Well, there's some real evil people everywhere, I guess I should say. But anyways, I should probably edit that part out. But no, in all seriousness, man, being a mom today, my mom has there's 8 of us. I got 6 brothers and 1 sister. Sister's second to the youngest, and we were anything but easy, I imagine. Although, you know, for the most part, I mean, we weren't bad kids, but, you know, I mean, 7 boys, you know, 7 boys, like, we were all able, knock on wood so far, to avoid, like, issues with cops or jails or jail time or any of that stuff. You know, we've all been pretty fortunate, good kids in that way. But I mean, through our childhood, we absolutely did our share of stupid shit, and we did avoid multiple catastrophes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure we did our share of stressing the shit out of her. But yeah, you know, my oldest brother got hit by a train in his car. I mean, honestly, we don't ever give him any crap about that. And if you saw the setup, you would understand. Like, the train was only going like 40 miles an hour. But, you know, he is my oldest brother, so we never, at the time, I think I was only like 13, 14 when he got hit by a train. We didn't give him too much crap about that. We should give him a lot more, because if you think about it, it's kind of got to be hard to get hit by a train. The crossbars never came down. So he just drove through, and he only had his license for very short amount of time. My mom had just got a new car, and it was like 2 days old, and and she got hit, and he got hit like dead center, like T-boned it. The train T-boned him, and it turned out to be the train's the company fault. There was a cop behind him. It saw the whole thing, so it kind of hard to beat that. But he turned out being okay, man. You know, he's a cat, man. 9 lives, I guess, because he had my oldest brother. He was like the test. I think the oldest kid is usually the test maybe for everything, you know. Like they like all the worst shit happens to them, you know, and then all the other kids kind of watch and then try to do the opposite so it doesn't happen. So yeah, no, we, man, God, we put her through the proverbial ringer, that's for sure. And then I have the one sister. My mom says that my sister was harder than all the boys put together. So I'm right in the middle. I'm the third down. So I saw my two older brothers do you know, mostly my older brother do a lot of stuff, and then I just try to, like, if that was something I wanted to do, you know, like I figured a smarter way to do it so you didn't, you know, to avoid detection. It's still kind of hard because, you know, when you have that many siblings, you're all, you know, you all go to school together and everything, so to get away with anything, you know, and not get ratted on was a challenge within itself, you know. And thinking about just motherhood today, I was thinking about this, just, you know, how different my childhood was. And I guess as you get older, I'm 40, so as you get older, everybody's childhood is so much different from the others. We would be horrible human beings, there's no doubt, because it just seems like there's so much more like appeasement to kids, you know. Like there's this weird thing where everybody wants to treat kids like adults. Listen, we were heathens. We were just right on the cusp, the border of being heathens. So oh wow, is he gonna let him over? Is he gonna let him over? No, he ain't letting you over, dog. That ain't happening. It is not happening. You're gonna have to slow down. There you go. There you go. Man, you seriously couldn't let him in? Maybe she couldn't see. I think that was a chick in the Honda. Yeah, these Hondas, man. These Hondas be stuck up. Anyways, yeah, we were just like one grade level, like one step ahead of heathen. Yeah, we were like the velociraptors on Jurassic Park, always testing the fences.
They were testing the fences for weaknesses systematically. They remember.
You know, like where's the weakness? So my mom had to be on it. My mom was on it. Like she really was for the most part. My stepdad, I mean, he was like, my stepdad was, because my parents divorced when I was like 5, 6, and so then she married my stepdad, and he was just like a giant kid too. Not in a good way, like, oh, he's so playful. No, like he's got like the education of a kid, and he was a hard work. I mean, he worked. I mean, I can't say anything bad about the guy. He had a hard childhood, so he did whatever he could do. You know, but it wasn't like he was going to be figuring out any problems. He was just kind of waiting for my mom to figure him out. But like thinking about moms in general, like it's truly impossible. Like, you know, women today have been, I mean, they got the, I mean, it's not funny because, you know, I've gone through it, like with my wife, we have been married for 21 years, you know, like they got the ultimate con job, you know, this whole, you know, we want to be treated just like men. Are you sure about that? Did you watch the Titanic?
I'll never let go. I promise.
You want to be treated like men? like this, it's like this thing like, oh, you can go to college and you can have a career, and then you can get married, and then you can have kids, and then you can have the career while you're raising kids. It's impossible. Just do it mathematically. It's impossible. Think about it. Okay, mathematically it's impossible. You have 24 hours in a day. Okay, even if you only slept 6 of them. Okay, you go to work at, say you just even do the standard hours. Okay, say you go to work at 8, get off at 5, you got that lunch in the middle. All right, you get home at 5 o'clock, and this is probably the majority of people's how they live their life now. Okay, so then in the 4 hours you have left, that's where you're raising your kid. That's where you put your stamp on them. And I know this because we went through it. You know, like I said, it was kind of a you just kind of trick, like you can have it all, and I think most of it comes from just wanting materials, nicer house, 2 cars, motorcycles, boats. I mean, 100% the men are a part of it too. And you know, like the only way it really works, you want, you know, and it doesn't mean you're gonna get a good kid. The kid could still be fucked up, but for the most part, if you want the most from your kid, or give him the best chance, and then not only that, just like what it really takes to raise a human being. Like, mom needs to be at home, dad brings in the money. That they had it right in the beginning, and like, and then everybody was kind of tricked into thinking, you know, that we could just, you know, you basically mail it in on your kids, like, oh yeah, just have somebody watch them. So on this point right here, I'll finish my thought on this because I need gas bad. But at this point in the video, I'm going to, can I get in neutral? I'm going to stop and come back because I got to go see my mom, and I don't want to just drive up to her house, broadcast it all over YouTube, because that's not fair to her, as if anybody cares. But anyway, all right, see you in a sec. So dropped it off. She loved it. She loved the gift certificate. Mama's happy, and I'm her favorite. So I mean, she didn't say that, but I already know that. Why am I driving through a graveyard, you'll ask? I am driving respectfully through this graveyard, but because my mom lives right next to a cemetery, and you saw the road I came in with, and it was like all loose gravel, so I didn't want to drive through it, so I just cut through the graveyard respectfully. Anyways, so my just finishing my thoughts up on the whole you know, the mom, but just mathematically it's just not possible. You know, mom could work probably like a part-time job with dad, like, but for the most part, like, yeah, and I'm saying this, even if I could go back, I would go back. I have a 20-year-old and a freshman in high school. If I could go back, I would change. Look at that, that's so cool. If I could go back, I would change it, you know. I gotta find my way out of this cemetery. I'm stuck. We gotta get mama home, you know. You know, and then if anybody's listening to this or watching this, you know, there's nothing to get upset about. If you think it works, you know, if you think, you know, your wife working 40, 50 hours a week, and you working 40, 50 hours a week, but you got, you know, your nice car, you think that works, it's rough. And I, speaking from experience, like, you know, there's a, you know, with my 2 kids, I mean, love them dearly. I felt like we did the best we could. We kind of took that exact same deal. Like, it was just, you know, like, oh, hey, we want, you just always, and you know, and to me, like, you justify it, like, you know, in my head, I justify it, number one, for my wants, selfish, you know, but I also justified it for, like, oh, you want a nicer, obviously you want nicer than what you had for your kids. But honestly, if you think about, when I think about all the things I've done with my kids and all the shit I ever bought them, none of it, in my memory, none of it is ever like, oh, you remember. My kids never come to me and say, oh, you remember that thing you bought me? Never. It's always, remember when we did A, B, C, or D. Always. And when we sit around the dinner table and joke around or play board games or something, that's always what it is. It's always just funny stories of us being together. It's never, hey dad, you remember you bought me that Power Wheels Corvette, which is a true story. I did. My son got all the coolest toys because I wanted them as a kid. Because there was, you know, there was 8 of us growing up. We never got, you know, there wasn't money for like cool toys, you know. Money paid rent, money paid for food. So you know, so my son, he got all the coolest toys, like, that I always wanted growing up. So he got lucky that way. But yeah, anyway, this is my Mother's Day rant. Not really a rant, just an opinion. It is what it is. It's 2 cents, my 2 cents, and it's worth exactly 2 cents.